Yo, what is good YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the best limited lineup that you can build for week 3 of season 7 in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. Now, I don't personally play limited at this point in the year, I'll be completely honest, so that's just one thing to note. But the ring honestly should not be too hard to attain each week, and this week it actually should be pretty simple. You can only use players from the Warriors or Celtics franchise. It says but you have to use 13 players from the same franchise, so you basically have to pick a franchise, Warriors or Celtics, to use and basically build a team with cards only from that team to play in limited. And I think the Celtics is the better team to choose for me personally, and I'll talk about why in just a second. But before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 5,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I would really appreciate your support if you haven't already, if you do subscribe. Let's hop over to 2KDB now, talk about the team that I would build, and yeah, hopefully it helps y'all out. All right, hopping over to 2KDB. The reason that I decided that I felt like the Celtics is the better team to use is because the Celtics have a lot of elite cards really across the board in my team. So they have a lot of really good options. As y'all can see, we got free cards like Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Peyton Pritchard, but also a Paul Pierce, Taco Fall, Al Horford, Jason Tatum, guys like that. Larry Bird, Cedric Maxwell if you locked in for him. Also budget cards like Antoine Walker and Dino Raja, Jaylen Brown, Grant Williams. A lot of really good options at those tiers for the Celtics team. So for me personally, I will say one of the best things about the Celtics team, though, is going to be your starting center, which is Taco Fall. Taco is one of, if not the best center in the game. I think he is the best center in the game. That is a big advantage that you're going to have with Taco versus other centers in my team. Well, for example, the Warriors centers. The Warriors have like, I don't honestly know who the Warriors centers are. Your best option might be Kevon Looney, because I don't think Wilt has a center card on the Warriors. At least I'm pretty sure he doesn't. But Tanaka's like 7'6". He's got great speed for a top player that tall. Also an elite shooter, especially for a player that tall. Jumper's really good. Defensive stats and finishing badges. I'm sorry, defensive badges and finishing badges are amazing. Defensive stats are incredible. Obviously, a 7'6", he's the best interior guy and masher in the game, especially with an 8'4" wingspan, which helps him out on the defensive end as well. He's absolutely incredible. Having the ability to put Taco on your team really gives you a massive advantage in the first place. But then you have a PG in Paul Pierce, who's actually a really good card. I did gameplay on this card earlier this week. He came out earlier this week, and y'all can check that out if you want. But he's 6'7" at PG, hotspots from everywhere, 34 hops, include every shooting badge basically, great playmaking and solid defensive badge stats, good defensive badges as well, decent speed, great shooter, release is super good on current gen. On next gen it's not an amazing release, but he is definitely going to get the job done. Quick dribble style, Kobe sides and Pippen behind the back, gives him super solid movement as well. Overall, he's got great size at PG, super versatile card, definitely another great option. At shooting guard, you can go with the free playoff moments Jaylen Brown if you grinded him out. If not, just replace him with the Galaxy Opal. He's going to give you 80% of what this card will give you, but he's 6'6", he's got good defense, obviously elite defense, actually 92 plus on basically every defensive stat, excuse me. Playmaking is good, shooting badges are great, he's super complete badge wise, has a great release, quick dribble style, he's got the Mitchell size up, which is pretty good. Levine's size up escape isn't amazing, and his full court 6 aren't incredible, but the Braun between the legs is good. So he's got solid movement as well. Overall, just a really versatile good card that you can run at the shooting guard position, and you can run the Opal as well, who's not quite as good, but going to be a great option as well if you don't have the dark matter. Jason Tatum is probably the guy that I'd run at the 3 for me personally. I think Tatum is just a really good card. He's got a great release, he's got super solid size, 30 hops, great well-rounded hops included in terms of defense, playmaking, and shooting. Also has fast twitch, limitless takeoff, and posterizer, which are probably the 3 best interior badges. Great speed, shooting, stats are amazing. Release, like I said, is really good. Shifty dribble style and the Pippen behind the back gives him solid movement. Maybe not amazing, but definitely not bad. Overall, Tatum's another really good card that you can run at the shooting guard position, or I mean at the small forward position for the Celtics. At the power forward position, I do think your best option is probably going to be Larry Bird. I think you could also go with a guy like Al Horford if you have him, run him at the power forward position as well. And I haven't even talked about Cedric Maxwell yet, who's probably another shooting guard option that you could run as well. But I'd probably go Larry Bird at the power forward position. He's got pretty good size. He's a good all-around card. He's less than 100K. Definitely a super solid option. 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan, hotspots from everywhere. 29 hops include fast twitch, limitless takeoff, posterizer, elite shooting badges, really solid playmaking, great defense as well. Another defensive card that's really good. Great speed, shooting, and dunking ability. Releases nice and fast. Shifty dribble style, pro size up, Kobe escape, and the Pippen behind the back gives some super solid movement as well. He's just a super solid all-around card. Another guy who's going to hold it down at a high level. Then off the bench, you have cards like Cedric Maxwell, like Derek White, like who else could you run off the bench? Marcus Smart is another free card you can run off the bench. Antoine Walker is a great budget option. Same thing with Al Horford, who's free. And then you have Dino Raja, who's also a very, very solid center option. Like, these are all cards that you can run. And then you have like budget. A lot of these guys are either free, like Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, Dino Raja. And then you have budget options like an Antoine Walker, who's a super good card and a great budget option. Same thing with Opal Jaylen Brown if you don't have the dark matter. Grant Williams is another free Opal that you can use, is super solid. Even guys like Reggie Lewis, who you may have from a while ago, is a good guy you can run. Robert Parrish, if you locked him in. There's just a lot of good cards that you can run overall with this team. I think the best team that you could build is going to look something like this. This is probably about the best team that you could build using the Celtics cards, but you can also you can work with it, basically, even is what I'm saying. Even if you don't have all these cards, Paul Pierce is pretty cheap. Jaylen Brown is free. I would, if you can get Taco, that's great, but if not, you can still run Dino. You can run Al Horford, Derek White, Antoine Walker, Cedric if you locked him in. Tatum's a buyout as well. Like, most of these cards are very, very affordable as well, which is part of what makes this team so good, as well as the amount of amazing free cards that you have to use, and budget options like a Pierce, like an Opal Jaylen Brown, like a Tatum, guys like that who aren't going to be crazy expensive, Antoine Walker, Dino Raja, etc. So hopefully this video does help y'all out. This is the type of team that I'd be running, and I think the Celtics give you a deeper option of cards to use than the Warriors, in my personal opinion. And I think that they also give you great size, the best center in the game, just an incredible limited lineup that you can run. So hopefully this video does help you out. If it does, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.